because she was also a woman of great faith that I can tell you about. One of my first remembrances as a child was that she had cancer on her breast, a large open cancer. It was larger than the hole was larger than an American silver dollar, and it was deep into the breast. And in those days, the doctors only knew one thing, and that was with a knife to cut it out. And they always told you, we never get the roots, it'll come back. And so she was praying and not knowing what to do, and the doctors were waiting for a decision. And during this time, she had a dream. And she dreamed that Jesus came into her room, her bedroom, while she was sleeping, and stood at the foot of the bed and reached over and touched her. And this was just a dream. So the next day she told my father, says, I had a dream that Jesus came into my bedroom and that he touched me and I was healed. He grunted a few times, you know. He didn't know much about anything like that. He knew a lot about other things like sin, but he didn't know a lot about that. And so that was the end of it. But 3 or 4 mornings later, it came back to my father's mind. He said, you know, you haven't mentioned that cancer in several days. He says, when are you going back to the doctor? My mother said, well, tomorrow is the regular time to go back for the dressing of it and all. It was an open, bleeding mess that they kept the thing out there that, you know, that stood out like a great big bag there to catch all this blood and stuff that was coming out of it. It was an open, running cancer. And my mother said, I'll check it. The doctor won't mind, I'm sure. So she went and pulled back all the tapes that were this thing up on her shoulder and cleared out into here, you see. And she pulled it back just in time. There in the gauze lay something that looked like a little baby octopus. There was a core to it, a center, and out from it went things like little strings. And that was out from it. They were the tendrils of this cancer. And all lay there in the gauze. And she looked in the mirror and she felt, and new skin had grown clear across the hole. And it was gone. When she showed my father this, it made an impression. And she forever told it. She told us children about it. She told it in church and testimony meetings. She was a witness unto God. Now that will impress, you know, a child growing up.
What's up, guys? So hope you were encouraged from that testimony from Lester Sumrall. So God will heal in like 2 ways. The way that you heard there was probably gifts of healing, where God decides out of his own sovereign will to just move and heal somebody, because it didn't sound like she was really actively in faith believing God for her healing. The second way is where you initiate it by your own faith. Jesus said, what things soever you desire, when you pray, believe you receive it and you shall have it. So you can take the promises of God, claim your healing, and stand on it until you have the victory. And the victory can come in an instant like that, or it could be over time. But I hope you've enjoyed this. Make sure you hit the like button. It helps to grow and expand the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to spend time with God daily, because it is your strength and your armor. Talk to you next time.